Are you really making $100,000 a year now? If that's true, I'll let you get remarried to Daddy.
And who are you?
Come on, it's me, the stepdaughter of the man you divorced a few years back.
Aaron?
You can't tell me you forgot what happened 6 years ago. You don't remember busting out of the house in hysteric tears? I caught the last part of it in my phone and uploaded it to my TikTok so you can watch it if you want. Don't forget to like and share it afterwards.
You haven't changed.
Thank you.
Not trying to compliment you, but you and I have no reason to be speaking. I have nothing to do with your family anymore and have nothing to say to you.
Don't be so cold. We were a family until just a little while ago. There should be no secrets between family.
If you need a reminder, it was you that refused to accept me as your father's wife.
Really? Me? Do something that awful?
Your harassment of me at all times of the day drove your father and I apart, forced me out of the house, and led to our divorce.
I had no idea. You suffered so much when living with us, and I had no idea.
Enough with your sarcasm and pettiness. It's the past. I've moved on, and I'm going to go now.
Wait, I think I'm starting to remember some things that happened. Could it be that you were hurt by some of my sweet, childish antics? Like throwing the meals you worked so hard to make directly into the trash? Could that be it?
That's just the tip of the iceberg.
Maybe perhaps when I dumped that soup all over the new outfit you bought?
That was more than one time.
1, 2, 6 times. It's all the same.
So you do remember exactly how many times.
Maybe when I accidentally bumped into you at the top of the stairs and you rolled all the way to the bottom like one of the Three Stooges.
I broke my right arm in 2 places and cracked a rib.
Oh yeah, and you couldn't move for a month or so.
Go on.
There were a few times I went into your room, borrowed some of your personal belongings, and sold them on eBay.
There was that, but that's not all it was.
Maybe when I took your wedding ring and 3-carat diamond engagement ring that you treasured so much and threw them into the river. Could you really still be holding a grudge over something that small?
Did you think I would ever forget being treated so poorly by someone I tried to be a mother to?
There was that time that I was on the verge of getting kicked out of that private school Daddy sent me to because my grades were bad and I had so many absences. So I blame my lack of concentration and attendance on the harassment my stepmother was inflicting on me.
Do you know how embarrassing it was to be called in for something like that with security escorting me and watching my every move in front of so many people?
Yeah, I had to tell them you were known to gravitate to violent outbursts when confronted with inconvenient truths, so I could win more sympathy from the administration.
I was on a watch list until you were kicked out of school and the authorities finally believed me.
That was hilarious. I still can't believe it took them that long to figure out that I was basically running a brothel out of the school's gymnasium. Good times, good times. Come on. You know how it was like being a hormonal teen, right? Show some leniency and just let it be water under the bridge already.
While I forgive you for your father's sake, I will never forget what you put me through.
Seriously? Even Daddy still blames me for you leaving and gets angry at me whenever your name pops up. What's wrong with you old people? Don't you know you're supposed to love your children no matter what?
Letting children get away with selfishness is not love. You were the reason your father and I divorced, and you knew what you were doing the whole time.
Come now. I really had no intention of coming between you two. I was just playing around.
Your unprovoked harassment psychologically traumatized me. I had to go to therapy for 2 years, and very little help because the aggression was so one-sided.
I am so sorry. Oh, I had no idea that would happen to you. I thought adults like you would be more resilient to a little needling from a child.
You feel no regret for taking away the happiness 2 people found, even when one of those is your own father?
Well, since the divorce, Daddy barely talks to me. It's kind of scary, to say the truth.
Well, obviously, we were happy when we found one another and tried so hard to make it work, despite your active sabotage. We tried to make you feel loved and needed, despite not being our daughter. You took advantage of our kindness and hurt us.
Come on now, Melissa. That's all ancient history now. Just forget about it and move on. You'll only find happiness by focusing on the here and now.
No one could or should forget experiencing such a horrifying past. I honestly never want to speak to you again, Erin. And I never would have thought that you would reach out to me after you got what you wanted with me leaving your life.
Look, I grew up as well from that time. I'm 24 now.
So you're a full-fledged adult now. Congratulations.
Truthfully, I called you because I wanted to tell you about Daddy.
What is it?
He caught some really rare disease, and it has him completely bedridden.
Are you serious?
Because of that, I'm really having trouble paying the bills.
What's going on? What happened?
I don't have any money since I can't work.
You're 24, right? You should be able to find some kind of work to help out your father.
It's such a pain and drag to go job hunting. Waking up every morning to go to work is like a form of cruel torture.
What are you talking about? Every responsible adult is doing that to pay the bills and keep society running.
How do they expect me to do anything with a paltry starting salary of only $4,500 a month? I would never work so cheaply.
You live in a house that's already been paid off. That should be more than enough for a young professional. Also, if you work hard and polish your skills, you'll get promoted and earn more over time.
What do companies expect us to be able to buy for less than $5,000? You can't even go on a decent vacation with that much.
You're an adult now. Save your money so you can get what you want then.
Nah, I just want to live as a parasite for the rest of my life. I don't want to do any work, but still be able to live the most luxurious of lives. I just want to have a huge chunk of cash to fall on me. And bam! No more problems.
You don't actually expect life to work out that easily for you, do you?
Well, it seems to have worked out pretty well for you, hasn't it? Is it true that you really are pulling in $100,000 a year?
I see what you're after. That's the real reason you decided to reach out to me after all this time?
Please, come back, Melissa. If you don't come back, I'm going to be in so much trouble. If you don't, I'm going to have to resort to looking for more sugar daddies to make ends meet.
What? Are you serious?
Just don't tell Daddy what I'm doing, okay?
Wait, no one wants you to do that.
Well, I can make about $1,000 a month per mark. If I push myself, I should be able to pick up 6 or 7 Joe Schmoes a month.
You need to stop doing that immediately. Please, clean up your act and find a career you can talk about in polite company. It may be easy money now while you're young and pretty, but you're going to hit a wall when age begins to take a toll on your body.
I may rethink it if you agree to remarry Daddy, though.
What are you talking about? You know that's not going to happen.
Could you at least lend me some money so I can afford a surgery for my daddy?
Is it really that serious?
$5,000 is all I ask.
That's a lot of money to pull together on such short notice. Is it an emergency?
There's no one else I can turn to or rely on for this. You're the only person I can trust here.
What about Al's family? I'm sure they would be glad to help you out.
They've just abandoned us.
Why? He was always so close to them.
Look, I promised to start looking for a steady job and walk the straight path from here on out. I also promised to not cause trouble for you anymore. This is my only and last request to you. But not for me, for your ex-husband.
All right. I'll wire you the cash for his surgery, but you promise to get a job and pay back every penny, all right?
Of course. You know you can trust me.
You also need to become more independent to take stress off your father.
Yes, I got it. I'll DM you my account information after this.
Make sure you take care of your father while he recovers from the surgery and goes through rehab.
You can count on me.
My name is Melissa, 40 years old with one failed marriage under my belt. I met my first husband around 10 years ago through a mutual acquaintance and married soon afterwards in a whirlwind romance. Only to go through a divorce 6 years ago. The person on the other side of this WhatsApp conversation is my ex-husband's daughter, Erin. As you can probably tell from our conversation, she has quite the capricious disposition, and I suffered greatly from her covert and overt harassment methods. It was because of her treatment of me that I was forced out of their house and led to my divorce with her father. After experiencing such a terrible history at her hands, I was absolutely shocked to receive a message from her, of all people. The man I divorced was in no way a bad person. He is a serious, hard-working engineer that is honest almost to a fault. Since we didn't split on bad terms and I had no hard feelings toward him in any way, I always wondered what had become of him and if he was doing well. Because of my curiosity about his well-being, I forced myself to keep my cool when talking to Erin. That girl, Erin, then went on to do something unbelievable and cause a whole new set of issues.
Come here and make me something to eat.
Erin?
I haven't eaten anything for 2 whole days. At this rate, I'm going to starve to death.
What is going on? How did that happen?
Cooking is such a pain to do, especially the shopping, cutting stuff, washing the dishes. I've only been eating boxed and bagged snacks for the last week or so, and I'm sick of it. At least when you were around, good food would show up without me having to do anything.
What do you mean starving? If you have snack foods to eat, you, at the very least, won't starve.
Whatever, just hurry up and come here. I also need you to clean my room because it's a total mess.
Do it yourself. I am not your maid or servant and never was.
You're so selfish. I can't believe you would let your cute daughter suffer the indignity of starvation.
Putting that aside, how's Alan doing? I assume the surgery went well?
Daddy's the picture of health. Why do you ask?
You said that he was bedridden with a terrible disease and needed a surgery to help him recover, right?
Oh yeah, I said that, didn't I? Don't worry, that was just a lie.
What? So what happened to that $5,000 that I sent you for the surgery?
I used that to go out clubbing and drinking with my friends. That's a night I'll never forget. We got so wasted and I had so much fun knowing our dime wasn't on the line.
I can't believe you. Why would you lie about something so serious?
Daddy won't give me an allowance anymore when I ask for it. Saying something about working for my bread or some nonsense like that. I wasn't really paying attention, but I really just wanted to go out and have a little fun. Why does he have to be so stingy? So I turned to someone who has more money than they know what to do with.
So you lied straight to my face because you refused to act like an adult, I see?
You're living the high life now and don't need to worry about money. So what's the harm in sponging a little off you? So I thought, conning you out of 5 Gs is something you could blow off without much thought. So I believed, thank you, Mom.
You are incorrigible and unbelievable. What about finding a job? Did you even do that?
Of course not. Why would I do something so unfulfilling and unbearable when I have a sweet sugar mama right here waiting for me?
You made a promise to me, right? Did you forget that?
No, but you should know how hard it is for people to find jobs in these times. So why bother trying when my chances are so low?
At least show me that you've been trying to fulfill your end of the bargain. Show me your resume, and I can give you some advice on how to make it pop.
Ugh, you're starting to sound like Daddy, and that makes me sad. He keeps yelling at me to become independent and self-sufficient, or other dumb things like that. I feel like I might have a nervous breakdown with all the stress you and him are putting on me.
Your father is right, as usual, on that point.
That's not the only thing that's giving me a headache. Get this, he's planning on getting remarried. Can you believe him?
I see that as a good thing. I'm glad that he's moving on and trying to find happiness.
Uh-oh, do I detect someone trying to hide their jealousy behind the camouflage of self-delusion?
Not at all. It's been 6 years and we're both adults. Why would it be strange if either one of us had potential marriage prospects lined up?
There you go again, trying to hide your pain and jealousy by pretending to be an adult about things. You really want to get back together with my dad again, don't you?
Again, not in the slightest. I have my life to live, and Al has every right to live the way he wants as well. We enjoyed our time together, but due to you, things didn't work out. I honestly wish for him to find the peace and happiness he deserves.
Well, I don't like it one bit. I refuse to accept that woman.
What's the matter with you? Can't you let your own father be happy?
She's so plain and ugly. And worst of all, she's poor.
Don't be so shallow and materialistic. You have no right to impose your own values or judgments on what your father chooses to do after he worked so hard to raise you. Also, none of those things you mentioned reflect who the person is on the inside.
I think someone as beautiful and good at housework as you is the right match for him. I wouldn't have to be embarrassed by her being around if you were there instead.
Please, think about your father's happiness.
I decide who Daddy marries, and I choose you.
What is going on in that beautifully empty head of yours?
When he gets married, I have to share my house with a complete stranger. I cannot stand doing that again.
Well, then you need to learn from what happened when I was living with you two and avoid doing everything you did to me. You need to put forward effort to make the household happier for everyone involved, or you can move out on your own.
This is my house.
No, it's your father's.
Then I'm moving out.
First, you'll need to find a job. Then you can take the next step.
No, I'm moving to your place.
Are you out of your mind?
I won't have to cook or clean anything, and you'll give me everything I want.
Use your common sense. You know that's not going to happen.
I need a mommy to take care of me.
You don't want a mother. You're just looking for an ATM.
Well, I've already decided to move to your place, so that's final. And to prepare for the move, I went out and bought a new set of Louis Vuitton bags.
No, how can you afford that?
I just used my credit card. You'll help me pay it off, right? Daddy's being a misery again and won't pay off my card anymore. But if I live with you, you can pay off all my back payments too.
I will not pay a single cent. How can you really think I will do anything for you?
Mommy, can you also get me a Mercedes-Benz to drive around town? I've always wanted to drive one, a red one. Please and thank you.
I will not pay for anything, and stop calling me your mother.
Come on, you don't need to sound so angry. I promise to take good care of you when you get old. How does that sound?
This is a waste of time and has nothing to do with me anymore. I have my own life to live now, and you do not factor into it. I always held out hope that you would grow out of your selfish behavior and make your father's life easier, but I see that has not happened. I will no longer communicate with you anymore.
There you go with those empty threats again. You and I both know that you really want to drop everything and take this cute stepdaughter into your arms.
You couldn't be further from the truth. Please, stop deluding yourself. It's getting embarrassing to hear this.
Don't take it out on me. Your rival is Daddy's new fiancée, not me. But don't worry, I'll drive her out of the house like I did with you.
Aaron, no! Aaron! Aaron!
Hey, Mommy. Just got my new Benz. Don't forget to pay off that loan for me.
What are you talking about?
Don't you remember? Last time we spoke, I told you to pay off my credit cards and get my car loan payments.
And I told you that I won't pay for anything, right?
You're making $100,000 a year, right? So what's the problem then? You got the cash and I have the drive to spend it. It's a win-win situation.
That income is my husband's income, not mine.
What?
My husband is the wealthy one. Because of that, I live a luxurious life with no worries.
That's not what I heard. That can't be right. How dare you remarry when you have my daddy and me?
I met my current husband 3 years ago, and we got married a year ago.
You cheating wench!
Calm down. There's no reason to be calling me that.
Whatever. So you have a new man now.
Wow, that's a turnaround that would even throw LeBron.
That doesn't change the fact that I'm coming to live with you.
You're still going on about that?
The Hamptons, Upper East Side, where are you now? I'll grab an Uber and be there in 2 shakes.
Côte d'Azur.
Where? Is that in Jersey?
Geography was never your strong suit, was it? The French Riviera?
French fries? What?
I feel bad Al wasted all that money on your schooling. I live in southern France now, in a villa just outside of Nice.
A village that's not very nice? Why would a rich person live there?
I'm screen capping this.
I don't understand. Don't make fun of me.
This is a view from where I'm sitting now.
That is so unfair. I want to live there too.
It really is wonderful.
How do I get there?
You'll need a passport, and I know you can't get one because of your rap sheet.
Overseas?
The man I got married to has a daughter a little younger than you.
A stepdaughter?
Yeah, she is so cute. Not just the way she looks, but her character too. It's just too sweet. I can pamper her like she was my real daughter because she is so wonderful.
What is with that? You're making me so jealous. That isn't any fun at all.
She accepted me as family member right off the bat when we were first introduced to one another by my new husband. Unlike someone else who treated me like an indentured servant from the get-go and went out of her way to make every day a living nightmare.
That was just a little rebellion all teens go through. A cute, slip hormonal teens sometimes go through and should be forgiven as soon as possible, right?
She loved my cooking so much that she is now studying to become a chef. She now makes fabulous meals for the 3 of us and helps me out around the house with a smile.
What is that? Some kind of perfect cyborg?
We sing together when cooking and cleaning as a team, so it's actually fun to do those chores. In fact, they don't even feel like chores anymore. My husband said he would rather stay home listening and watching to us do things around the house than doing anything else.
There is no way such a perfect family scene exists.
I thought so too. It still feels like a dream with how wonderful and peaceful my life is now. Oh, and the 100K rumor you heard about is just the pocket money that he insists I have access to at all times.
Cash?
Yeah, it can be a pain to have so much, but he insists that cash payments make everything go faster.
On you all the time? That can't be safe.
I thought so too, but he has a shadow security detail around me and our daughter at all times.
Did you marry into the mafia?
No, he comes from old money, really old money. And he invested his estate so well that he's more than triple his original worth. For my birthday, he reserved the entire Coach store for the day and let me choose whatever I wanted in any amount since they're my favorite brand.
Unbelievable. I thought that only happens in the movies.
He didn't want me to be stressed out choosing stuff because that store can really be busy during the tourist season. That coincided with my birthday. These are real deal, not like the knockoffs you had to settle for because you had no self-control.
I get it. Your husband is loaded. Lay off already.
My daughter took me to dinner at a 3-star Michelin restaurant that evening, too.
Of course, rich kids can do things like that.
No. She reserved the table 4 months in advance, even before her father and I had married. She then worked to save up money so she could pay for everything herself. All to thank me for showing her the path she's following now.
Why are you talking about how she's so great? How do you think that makes me feel?
She's also promised to take care of me even in my old age and said she would never leave me alone.
I promised the same thing to you.
And only one of those promises is trustworthy and was made with no expectation of material return. I had no idea I could feel such bliss. I sometimes feel sorry for my husband because I spend so much time with our daughter. But he says it makes him happy to see the two of us happy together.
This is so unfair.
Because of you, I had to divorce Al, but now I see that it was all for the best as I found my happily ever after.
It's not fair. You being happy isn't fair. What about me? I'm going to be all alone. Who's going to take care of me and make me happy?
You gotta find a way to make yourself happy, sans the cost to others' happiness. Your selfish actions in purposefully impeding the happiness of others is coming back to bite you now.
But I have no money source now. What am I going to do? I'm at rock bottom now.
You're 24 now. Are you now ashamed to be leeching off your father at that age? And using such unscrupulous lies to con me out of money? That is lower than low. How dare you use your father's health to cheat people?
It was just a little white lie. How does that hurt anyone?
I've contacted the relevant authorities about your little con game. Since you pulled us while I'm in France now, it's an international affair with Interpol and the FBI working together.
Why would you do that? I don't want to go to jail.
I will also be contacting your father and telling him everything that happened in addition to your escort income.
You wouldn't dare. Please, no, anything but that. If he finds out, he'll kick me out for sure.
Then I guess you have no choice but to become homeless.
I can't live under a bridge. How will I charge my phone?
That should be the least of your worries. You'll have plenty of time to understand the consequences of your actions.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
That's hilarious, but too little too late. You should have thought about that before things went this far.
I apologize. Please don't let them take me away.
And the gall to push your credit card and your car payments on me? Did you actually believe I would pay?
Please forgive me. I don't want to leave my home.
Get ready to face a life of debt. You had a cushy ride for 24 years. Now you get to work for your bread.
Please, no. Save me. I promise to change. I'll get a job. Melissa? Melissa?
Erin was arrested on extortion charges, and more evidence of her little harmless crimes came to light. She was released on $10,000 bail and barely escaped jail time. Alan, her father, found out about this and blew his lid. He immediately kicked her out his house and wrote her out of his will. With no money and nowhere to go, Erin was left to pay off her car loans and credit card debt alone. On top of that, she still had to pay back the money she borrowed from me. In order to make a dent in the debt she accrued, she had to get a job as a housekeeper. It seems like she's working from break of dawn till midnight to earn enough to make ends meet and keep the interest payments from growing. Her father had a guilt-free wedding and is starting anew with his new wife and are already expecting a new addition to the family. I live in the wonderful climate of the French Riviera with my husband and daughter, having the most perfect and peaceful of lives. Thank you for watching to the end. If this video made you feel just desserts were served, please leave a like. Everyone else, leave a comment. And as always, please subscribe.